Hi there, everyone. This is Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy, and it is Saturday, May the 18th, 2019, 11 o'clock in the morning. This is a little bit different time than I usually do my YouTube live, and this is in an effort to kind of spread the times out for people internationally and for domestic people if they can't make the Thursday night episodes that I usually do. So, hey, happy Saturday to you. Let's talk RC Submarine, shall we? A few things I wanted to talk to you about. Got some subs to show you. One is nearly complete. We'll show you that. I've got a hull that I'm giving away for free, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes as well. Got a new kit that is going to be coming out. I'm pretty excited about. This is a reincarnation of the Small World Models line of submarines. Going to give you a bit of an update in regard to those as well. So, hey, without any further ado, let's get talking. First off, product update. So, as some of you know, back in what was it, like 2015 or 16? I don't even remember anymore. Caswell Plating stopped selling RC Submarine parts, and I bought out all of his inventory. And part of that inventory included the superb line of Small World Models kits in 96 scale. Now, those included the Japanese Oyashu, the Russian Kilo, the Russian Sierra, the US Blueback, so lots of different boats of just amazing quality. Up to this point, I've had zero ability to really allocate to getting those two products ready to go, but making some headway there, and I'm going to share with you the Blueback, as some of you know, has been out for a while. So if you're looking for an excellent starter kit that builds up into a beautiful boat, USS Blueback is an excellent candidate. Now, the new one that I am going to be offering here within the next few days is the Russian Kilo in 196 scale. So let's take a look at that one now. So this is the kit. This is a hybrid of producers here right now. We got Don from Loyal Hana did a beautiful job laying up the hull itself, really rigid, just a beautiful job in the layup there. And Dave Merriman took it upon himself to retool, remaster all of the fittings for the kit. And just like the Blueback, the thing about these kits is that the rear section, the complicated section, comes pre-assembled. So if you take a look at this, all of your dive planes, your rudders, those are all complete, ready to go. Your control horns are in there. You literally just stick this on the back of the boat, and all of that hard work is done for you. Just take a look at the detail in this sail, too. That mast seat on the inside is a separate piece. It just pops out there, but you can see amazing opportunity to super detail the sail of your boat as well. Beautiful cast white metal parts, scale propeller, all of your masts, periscopes, all of that fun stuff is included. So look for more information on that coming up in the next few days. Once I get a chance to get it all listed up, you'll be able to order those not only as a kit, as you see here, but a complete starter package with all of the gear needed to get it fully operational. And hey, since I am pointed at my handy table there, I just wanted to show you, this is something that David Merriman gave me as a hint. This is a hospital table for people who are kind of like bedridden. And the cool thing about this, if you throw a towel on top, all your small pieces won't roll off and fall on the floor on you. The other cool thing about it, if you just grab the handle and lift up, you have a standing workbench. And you can totally move this around. So for those of you who are working in an apartment, or a small shop or a garage, you basically got a little mobile workstation here. And if you were to mount, say, underneath one of those pull-out keyboard drawers that you could get from Staples or the like, hey, you could keep all of your tools in there as well. So there's my little hint or trick for today, brought to you courtesy of David Merriman III of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thanks, Dave, for the hint. Hey, in the screen, we've also got another boat. Let's jump onto that one. This is an oldie, but a goodie. This is a kit that. What the heck, guys? It seems like this happens every time. I apologize. Let's get back to it. I'll flip my camera back around for you. Type 23 in 35th scale, maybe 32nd scale. 3 pieces. You've got a removable sail and the lid to the compartment inside there. And you've got some cast appendages in here. Cast resin appendages, periscopes, got a nice little brass prop in there. And you can see that you've got some saddles in here for a 3-inch watertight cylinder as well. And some blueprints that came with it originally. So, hey, that's cool. Put this back on here. The reason I'm showing this to you is that this particular boat is free for anybody that wants it. Now, here is the catch. This is what you need to do, so pay attention, make a note. You need to go to my forums, and that's forum.rc-sub.com. The link is on my website at www.nautilusdrydocks.com, and there's a thread in there called Pay It Forward, thread number 2. And this is up there currently. I don't believe anybody as of this morning has spoken for it. The only thing that you need to do is put another article of RC submarine related paraphernalia up in exchange. So I will ship this to you for free. If you got something sitting in the shop you know you're not going to get around to building, but someone else might be interested in, just say, hey, I want that boat, and you can have this in exchange, and then the next person will grab it. It is a very cool social experiment. We call it Pay It Forward. So the idea is for anybody that's got a project that you're really not going to get around to, you can exchange it for something that you can use. So it's a great way to foster community and to get to know people in the RC submarine hobby. So head on over forum.rc-sub.com. Link is on my website at nautilusdrydocks.com. We'll see if anybody snatches that thing up before this YouTube live thing is over with. Let's take a look at another boat, shall we? Speaking of Type 23s, here we go. This is a boat that I picked up from a gentleman by the name of Hunter, and it was in a built condition, and the original builder, I don't think it was Hunter, although it certainly could have been, did a really commendable job of putting it together. Take a look at some of the details that he's got on there in terms of the rigging, the details in the sail there. So just a beautiful boat, and I put a new paint job on it. It was kind of blue before, which is a little weird. Maybe it was authentic, but I prefer the more traditional gray scheme of the Kriegsmarine. We see the cylinder. This is an older David Merriman cylinder. It's a gas ballast system in here, as you can see. But it's all rigged up with an excellent speed controller, pitch controller, 3 servo outputs, gas ballast system, lithium polymer battery, waterproof switch for turning it on and off. And I am going to be selling this completely ready to go, assembled, painted, weathered, tested, and trimmed. You can see I've got the styrofoam out here that I cut for it. That goes in the hull prior to launch. I trimmed it out yesterday. I secured everything down last night. The glue is just curing, so all I need to do now is throw it in the water and take some video. And I'll tell you, boy, this the gearing And the prop is gonna really move this boat. It's gonna kick up a pretty decent wake. I am absolutely certain, but you can be the judge of that. It'll be the whole package, basically ready to go. 6-channel radio, 6-channel receiver in there, the cylinder, the fill valve, the boat itself, everything ready to go. It's gonna be just shy of $3,000. If that price shocks you, you are in the wrong hobby. That is about the price for a completely ready to run, tested, trimmed, and fully vetted RC submarine. So if you're in the market, this is a beautiful size. It's a kit by 32nd parallel. It is in 35th scale, same size as the Bronco Type 23. So, or it's 32nd parallel as the scale as 32nd parallel. But you can tuck it under your arm. It'll fit in the back seat. It'll fit in your trunk. You don't need a pickup truck to drive it, but it's still big enough to have a real presence on and under the water. So that is a beautiful boat. If anybody is interested, let me know. Pop me an email, bob@rc-subguy.com. And we'll hook you up with the boat. If I don't hear from anybody in the next little bit, it'll go up on the website, and you can see all the pictures and vital statistics and purchase it online at that time. All right, let's talk a little bit about cylinders here. One thing that I wanted to touch on was receiver antennas. I get this question all the time. Let's take a look at you guys. I get this question all the time. You know, what do I do with my receiver antenna? You know, do I wrap it up and tuck it in the corner? Do I cut it and put a stud through the bulkhead and attach another wire on the outside so there's no holes? You know, what do you recommend to do with it? So I will let you know that what I actually prefer to do is something I'm going to show you right now. So let's take a look at what I did for this particular boat as a retrofit for the way that it was set up previously. So let's take a look at the business end here. Here is the receiver. This is one of our Nautilus Dry Dock 6-channel receivers. You can see the receiver cable coming out, and it lines up with this little dealie right here. Now this is a standard linkage seal, 1/8 linkage seal that was in place previously, and this is a 1/8 inch air hose. How terribly convenient. So what I've done is I've run that receiver antenna through the hose all the way to the tip, and then I have capped it off with a little chunk of brass. So everything is still completely watertight, but what you end up now is actually two things. You've got an antenna that you can stretch out the entire length of your boat. And when you do that, you end up with superior reception. You want to have that antenna stretched out as long as you can. The other thing that you've got is an invaluable testing tool. And I just did this morning because when I was trimming my boat out, I had about 4 drops of water that were making me aggravated. So I retrofitted it with this hose. What you do is you dunk your cylinder in your test facility, be it a bathtub or a swimming pool. And then what you do is tip it over, fill up the ballast tank with water so that this seal in the ballast compartment is below the water. And then what you do is you uncap the hose and you give it a little blow. So put it in your mouth and blow into that hose gently. And what you'll see is bubbles. If you've got a leak in there, you will have bubbles coming up out of wherever it leaked. And in my particular case, it was coming out of this spot right here. It was a pinhole in the RTV. So super easy to fix. I put a little bit of RTV on there and it's 100%. So if your cylinder is completely sealed, you'll blow, you'll feel the pressure build up. If you hold it for a couple of seconds and then let it go, you'll hear and feel that air getting pushed back out of the hose. So this is really important, and I highly recommend that everybody do a testing procedure like that on your cylinder once every couple of months, or let's say after every 2 or 3 patrols. You can certainly do it more often than that. It might be a good idea to make it part of your pre-run checklist. Just dunk it, blow in it, test it for bubbles. It will save a lot of problems down the road for sure. So that's my little hint about antennas and about testing your watertight cylinder for integrity prior to running your boat. I think I saw a comment in there. Show the Type 21. Show the Type 21. There it is. Not a heck of a lot has changed on it. But I will tell you, and Marcel, if you're watching, Marcel is the owner of this boat, the gentleman that commissioned me to build it. This is my one and only project until it finishes. So for those of you that don't know, this is a 1/30th scale German Type 21 massive boat. It has operational periscopes. It's going to have operational torpedoes, operational bow planes, retracting bow planes, LED lights, the works. Beautiful boat, but man, I am getting tired of sitting it on there, and for a number of reasons, I haven't been able to get to it and finish it. But you heard it here. I am going to be working on this diligently until it is finished with a hard deadline of September, because there is a fun run coming up in Groton, Connecticut, and this is going to have its debut at that facility. So that will be really cool to see. We'll get that to the new owner at that time too. And we're back. It's me again. So that is, the updates that I had for you. Really my cue for projects. We've got some new products that are coming out. Talk to you about the 3 hulls that I wanted to bring to your attention. Another thing that I've got for those of you who are interested is a really unique project. I don't know that I've necessarily listed it yet, but it is on the forums, that forum at rc-sub.com. It is a 48 scale George Washington Carver ballistic missile submarine. Now, for those of you that don't kind of understand the ramifications of that statement, a 48 scale George Washington Carver ballistic missile submarine is about 100 inches long. So, we're talking about a sizable boat here. Lots of opportunities for this boat for functional missiles or whatever. I'm selling it as is. It was built by a gentleman by the name of Andre up in Virginia, and he did an amazing job of the creation of the boat, layup of the hull, setting up all is to finish up the deck on the submarine, set it up with a drive system, a watertight cylinder of your choice. So if you're into big boats, that is the boat for you. 48 scale George Washington Carver. Look for pictures and information coming up soon. I'm selling it for $1,000. That's pretty reasonable considering the amount of work that went into it, and probably more importantly, what I had to give to the gentleman who owned it in order for me to own it. So if you're interested, let me know. Hit me up, Bob at rc-sub.com. Oh, come on, Dwayne, you're being picky now. 106 inches. 100 inches, 106 inches. It's thereabouts. You should have just taken it. What are you ha-haing at me? I would have cut you a deal, but no. You're going to see it and you're going to want it. That's what's going to happen. All right. That gentleman, by the way, the Windsor sub, he's the guy that bought the 48 scale Seawolf that came in that package, and he's going to be bringing the other one down to me in a little bit. So, thanks, Dwayne. Appreciate it. That's what I got for you guys. So I've been doing a lot of talking, and I have not seen all but one question, and that was update the 21. So apparently I've got a panel of RC submarine experts watching me. 21 of you knows everything, no questions. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to figure out if you've got anything that you want to touch on. If not, we're going to wrap it up on this beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon in Naples, Florida. For those of you who are interested or in that neck of the woods, I am going to be up in Victoria, British Columbia this coming July, first part of July. If you're in that neck of the woods, hey, love to chat with you. Victoria, by the way, is my old stomping grounds. For those of you who don't know, I am Canadian, born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta, of all places, area gratefully forgotten in my memory, but I do miss Victoria, British Columbia, primarily because it has the world's best water for running RC submarines. The water there is so crystal clear that the lake behind my old house was about 20 feet deep. I could take the boardwalk, dive my boat to the bottom and watch it go the whole way. That was freaking awesome. Yeah, so I'll be up in Victoria first part of July, which also means that July is going to see virtually no work done. I'll be gone for 3 weeks. C'est la vie. That's the way it works. Last chance for questions, guys. Check in. All right. That's it. I'm calling it. Your time is up. Everybody, get off the internet. What are you doing on a beautiful Saturday afternoon? Go spend some time with your family or in the shop. Build your boats. If I can help you with that, let me know. Again, this is Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy. Andy, come on, man. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, not whatever time you're joining in here. You're 24 minutes late. Timeliness. All right, thanks guys. I'm going to sign off. Again, Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy, nautilusdrydocks.com. Check it out for kits, components, resources, and information on this amazing hobby.